Let's test Mr. Do. Wait, how long is that delay? Isn't that like 12 seconds? I've been meaning to replace that BIOS in there, and I got this from Console 5. This is like a Coleco rebuild kit I bought, and right on top is a no delay BIOS. Let's go install this, and then we'll come back to test these. Wait, does it have the socket? Oh, it has the socket on that side too. All right, let's go over to my workbench and let's put that chip in. So we have a couple Phillips head screws we got to remove from the sides. Looks like about 8. I'm going to go ahead and remove those. All right, the screws are out. Let's see how do we get into this. Oh, so one thing I forgot. I think there's some screws up here. Is that we just got to flip this over and just kind of work this case up. We're going to work our way over here to the other side. Just keep working it. That's probably the hardest part. If you're not sure, take some pictures along the way as you go. Now what? More screws. 1, 2, at least 2 screws. And I see the ground is soldered over here. We probably don't need to remove the ground, but if we do, it's no big deal. We can put that back really quick. I want to check. I gotta flip this over and check this. Where's the chip? Well, this is the chip we have to remove right here. So now we gotta pop this board out. And I see another screw up here. Ah, there's a screw right here. I'm using a magnetic tip screwdriver. Makes life so much easier. If you don't have one, buy something like this and you can magnetize the screwdriver tip. Very nice. Do we have any resistance? Let's see. We don't. The backing shield just came right out too, so that's nice. First, where is the joystick ports? We're gonna resolder these joystick ports too while we're at it. And let's find that chip. This is where I use these magnifying headset. Got some instructions right here from Console 5. It's that chip right here. Let's zoom into that chip, see if we can read what that says. Check that out. So, looking at the board, looking over here, this is what we need to remove. These rows. How much coffee did I have today? I don't know. This is a two-hand job. I probably blocked the camera here with 2 hands, but... One row done, and now we're going to do the next. Okay, the chip is out. I like to make sure I can see through every hole. Make sure they're open, and now I'm going to put the socket in. Of course, pay attention to where the notch is. I'm going to pitch right in there. And if you've seen any of my other videos, I usually put some tape over this, because when I flip the board over, I don't want the chip just to fall. I don't want the socket just to go fall out. So I'm going to go get some tape. I'm using solder that has a rosin core, so I don't really need to put any flux down on here. Now I'm just going to touch up all these solder points over here for the joystick. I think there must be a cold solder joint in here somewhere. I get a magnifying glass and check. I don't know if you can see this on camera. The silver is a different color here, so someone's touched this up before. We're going to touch it up again. Okay, wait, we're not done yet. We have to, where's my instruction? We gotta cut 2 traces here. Where's this at? We're gonna cut trace here. We're gonna cut a trace here. And the photo shows you how to do that. And we can just use a utility knife to do that. And to make sure that we cut those pads, we're gonna test continuity. And we're gonna test that with the multimeter, and if we get a buzz, we need to cut it more. Alright, so I can test here and here, and so this one's good. This one's not. We gotta cut it some more. That's why we want to test it. Lastly, we gotta put the jumper wires in right there, right here. So, oh, I forgot to remove the solder. So I'm gonna suck the solder out and make 2 jumper wires. I got a bunch of jumper wires around here. Just gotta find it. Here's my wire cutter and stripper. If you don't have one of these, it's really worth buying. You can see it cuts really good. And then over here, if you need to strip off a little bit, you stick it up in here, pull it, and there you go. So this is a tool you need. I'll put a link in the description below. I use this a lot. Okay, we got the jumper soldered in here. Now I just gotta find that chip. It's around here somewhere. Aha. Here. And this is where I said make sure you remember the notch. The notch is gonna go that direction. And you can see the notch is facing that way. Mainly it's just, you don't want to put the chip in backwards. Nothing good will happen from that. Only bad things. Once you do this, you want to look on both sides, make sure every leg is in every pin. And now let's put this back together. Well, I'll put this back together. These are the 3 screws on the front that makes it hard to get this case off. That's why we had to kind of wedge it some. But you have to remove this silver label to get to those screws. We don't want to do that. Don't forget to put the reset switch and the on and off switch back in place before you put the cover back over that, or you'll be taking it apart again. There we go. Joystick's plugged in. Mr. Do. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there we go. It does work. Hey, it does work. I don't know about that flake. I don't think we fixed that part. I think we still have a joystick issue here. At least we know. But at least we, look at that. We got that part done. So let's go and we'll have to address this joystick issue later. We know what it's not. Maybe it's the joystick. That'd be weird. Anyways, this project was not too hard. The hardest part was separating the 2 cases and desoldering the chip. Even with my solder sucker, it didn't want to come out too easily. So I think this project took like an hour, but it was fun. And I made a video.